Welcome to MindBody TV. I'm Dr. Kim Ramo. I'm super excited about today's powerful topic. Do I need to believe I can heal in order for mind-body medicine to work? Do I need to believe this is really going to work for me in order to let healing happen? And the short answer is no. But I'm going to give you a lot more of an in-depth vantage point on what actually trumps belief, what is way more powerful that you can activate in your system, in your moment to moment, to consciously create in your life more and more of what you truly desire. And so welcome. I am really excited to hear where you're tuning in from. If you're live, welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you are watching this as a recording, I'd love to hear from you as well. So type in the comments where you're tuning in from, subscribe, give the video a like. More people will find this content because that's how the algorithm is working, if they know there are people interested in this. So if this resonates for you and you're interested in activating your own consciousness, your own power to create, to manifest, to not just like be a passerby in your life, but to be engaged. Here we are. Thank you for supporting MindBody TV. All right, we have seen for decades and decades in the study of medicine that the placebo effect shows. When people believe they're going to heal, they actually heal. When you take, an inert medicine and you swallow that pill, it's just a sugar pill, but you believe it has intrinsic power. You're actually giving it power, and that works on your body. And it's not just a matter of, I think I do have less pain. Yeah, I think I do feel a little lighter. There are cellular physical changes that happen with this phenomenon. And so tumors dissolving, disease going away, neurons that were deteriorating, being strengthened, being myelinated, repair, rejuvenation, regeneration in the body, and reversal of disease. So those are physical cellular changes that we see based on what a person believes. So then we think, well, what if I don't believe? What if I really want to heal, but deep inside I know that's just not going to happen. Rainbows and unicorns, maybe for that guy, but not for me. You're aware of this conversation. And we've had lots of questions on this over the years and recently, so I wanted to create this in the episode. So there's a lot of research on this as well, that your conscious belief really has nothing on your unconscious belief. In fact, your unconscious belief is like 95% of what's running the show for your physiology. And your conscious belief is only about 5%. That's why no matter how long you were to do affirmations, I believe I can, if your unconscious is saying no, it won't really matter. So I'm going to talk to you about how do I activate that, if what's in my unconscious, who even knows? And we could spend a lot of time changing your unconscious, and that's part of the work I do as well. But there's something more powerful that dissolves the unconscious limiting beliefs and allows a new grounded truth to come in to your operating system. So the premise for this is your neurology, your brain, your nervous system, all the signals being sent throughout your body in every moment are actually the most powerful determinants of health or disease. And so if there's let's say beliefs, life is hard, or, well, the older I get, the more I have to work at it, or, well, at my age, things are bound to start falling apart. And a lot of these may very well be conscious, but most of them are unconscious. And there's a lot more in the unconscious that you may not even be aware of that is dynamically deteriorating your health. So what's happening in your immune system? What's happening in your digestive system? What's happening and your skin? Oh, release these wrinkles. I want to be young again. All of those things will play out in your cellular, depending on these unconscious thoughts. And so what are we to do? There are processes I've used. You can look at MindBody TV, or if you're in the Instant Elevation program, there's tons of processes they are to unwind those unconscious beliefs, known and unknown, that are deteriorating your health, that are blocking you from healing. And that's an awesome exercise and definitely a worthy thing to do, because we can make changes in those unconscious patterns. And something that trumps belief and is even more powerful is choice. So I'm going to talk here about, let me just go to this part later. When we have our unconscious, our conscious, we have these belief systems. And what I believe is going to determine my action. So it not only determines how I feel or what I think or the things that I say, it's going to determine everything I do. Because how I feel unconsciously is actually the main determinant of all human behavior. And again, 95% of it is unconscious. So yes, you might consciously believe, yeah, I don't think so. That doesn't pertain to me. But unconscious, all little systems and records playing in the background are certainly already in this program. This is already working for you. How do we put in a new lattice work here? Oh, we don't have to choose from the conscious and unconscious. We can begin to choose from our knowing. And so over here in the pink, this is belief systems, right? Belief determines our action. Everything we do depends on our beliefs, and we can trump belief. Now, certainly the unconscious programming way trumps the conscious programming. And that's why we can activate this. We can work here and make major changes in your system. This is everything we're doing in the instant elevation program and in all of the work I'm sharing in Mind Body Medicine as we are activating new pathways so that who you are being, what you are doing, what your physiology is arranged as is a whole new thing. And you can put into place this part, which is choice. Okay, so what trumps belief? Choice. And this was a major activator for me. And a lot of what we do in the programs is like, how do I begin to get into conscious choice? The whole foundation of the ABC tool, the instant elevation, is to get you into conscious choice. Until we start making some shifts here, you really don't have access to it. I'm gonna, like New Year's resolution, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna get fit, I'm gonna go to the gym. Millions of people are getting gym memberships. By March, they're not even using them anymore. Are they in conscious choice? No, they're in the unconscious programming. How do we get into conscious choice? You gotta take your power back. You gotta practice being that new you and shift your physiology, step 2. And the third step is making conscious choice. You cannot really integrate conscious choice without those first 2 steps. If you try to, the old program is going to come back in and you're going to be back in your unconscious choices. You've got to get your power back. You've got to shift your physiology. And so when we choose from our knowing instead of our thinking, do I really believe? Yeah, I guess. Okay, I'll choose it. Versus, let me go to direct connect. I don't know if you can really see this that well. Let me hold it up there, okay? So we're going to live from our knowing, and we're going to choose from the knowing instead of from the belief. Here's an example. Years back, someone told me, if you really want greater success, greater impact, and to move forward, make more money, have a more prosperous business, you need to take more time off. What? That just everything I learned was, let me just work more. I'll make more money. Let me try harder. I'll do a better job, right? I was on it. And until I chose to listen and take this advice, nothing was happening. It didn't matter. When I chose, even though I didn't believe, right? My belief is I don't think so. I think I need to work harder. Then I can make more money. Then I'll be of more value. Then things will work out. You can choose beyond the belief, right? So why did I do that? Because something in me knew, you know what? This is true. It doesn't make sense to me. How could that work? I'm going to take a walk outside, even when I got a blog to write or a thing to do and people need help. I'm going to turn off. I'm going to take a walk outside for an hour. I started doing it, even though I didn't believe it. I started choosing it, even though I had no idea how that was going to work. Why would I do that? Now, when I heard this, something resonated for me. it resonated, well, the way I'm doing it, like scattered, let me do more, certainly doesn't actually make that much sense. And I've kind of proven to myself that it's not growing my wealth, it's not growing my money, and it's not growing my business. So maybe I'm willing to try something new. I also trusted the person who told me this. They were living this. They had chosen it themselves in their business, and they were more prosperous, more impactful, and more profitable. So I thought, you know what? Even though I don't understand it, even though I don't believe it, even though it doesn't make sense, I don't know how, there's something in me that knows there's some truth here. And so I chose to get out of the seat, go for a walk, be in the sun, get the fresh air. And you know what? It wasn't even fun at first. It was like working against my small s self. No, I should keep working. But I chose it anyway. I chose the hard thing. And it worked. It dramatically increased my revenue, my business, my impact, my health, and my well-being. So sometimes when we choose beyond our belief, it really activates power. So what do you know? And if you're going to say like, does mind-body medicine apply to me? Could my body really heal itself? Are my mind and body connected? Are my cells listening? And actually, there's a healing power I could unleash? You might not understand that. You might not believe that. You might have no idea how that's working. But are you willing to choose it? What does that mean? It means I'm going to soften my shoulders and breathe more fully, even though the programming wants to like double down with the tensioned white knuckling and nose to the grindstone. I've got to solve my problem, right? It's a new choice. Who and how will I be in this moment? And so when we integrate the tools of mind-body medicine, whether it's through Embracing Health and you're working with us live, or it's in the Instant Elevation program and it's home study, once you implement the tools, they will work on your system. So I started getting out there, taking the afternoon off. I didn't just like take 10 minutes. I like took the whole day, took the whole afternoon. And like I'm telling you, like it was very uncomfortable. I did a video at one point sitting in the spa. I had my bathrobe on and I was like, I'm really uncomfortable because I'm taking the day off to be in the sunshine, to sit in the spa. And my nervous system was like, oh, you should be doing something. But my knowing said, be here, be in the spa and do nothing but rejuvenate. And it radically, like that one day, the whole Embracing Health program got created. How I would structure it, what I would do, how I would take everything I already had. I didn't even have to make new content and put it together in a way that nurtured people more fully. It was like, oh my gosh, ding, 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 ding. And so I've continued to do this in my life, not perfectly. And sometimes it's still uncomfortable. I have to remind myself to choose from my knowing, not from the programming. You can do this. You can trump the belief systems that say no and choose from your knowing. So how does it feel, right? Go to the heart, sense and feel. What do I feel when I hold this idea? Okay, so we're going to start with the idea. My body already knows how to handle, solve, and resolve all the challenges I'm dealing with right now. So you're just going to feel the frequency of it. You're not going to think, do I believe this? You're just going to feel, because your heart will tell you truth or not truth. Something in me could be activated to allow massive opening and expansion in my life now. Take a deep breath in, close your eyes if that's available to you, and let your shoulders relax, because soon as you do that, you're going to feel more. The next one is my cells are listening. And when I come into even 2% more peace, they will reflect that. I can let something in even if I don't already understand. Breathe that one in. This one is really powerful too. I can allow an activation and a healing even if my mind thinks it's impossible. Yes. We can even do a little tapping on this because this is a good way to let it into your system. So just tap on the inner eye, breathing in, breathing out. And you repeat after me. I don't believe this is going to work for me. Outer eye. Yeah, right. Rainbows and unicorns. Under the eye. You don't know my plight. Under the nose. I have something really serious. This is not going to fix it. On the chin. Nothing I ever do will make a difference. Good. Tap that one out. We're just neutralizing those ideas in your nervous system so they have no power here, right? Under the collarbone. This idea, I will never heal. I can't. It doesn't work for me. Under the arm. Acknowledging all these belief systems. On top of the head. These have lived in my system and been very active. Okay, we're going to do one more round. Inner eye. What if I tune in to what's true? Outer eye. It might seem foreign at first. Under the eye. But I can practice letting it in. Under the nose. This could allow a new mind. The chin. So it does begin to make some sense. Under the collarbone. It does begin to shift something in me. Under the arm. Even if I don't believe it. On the top of the head. I can begin to choose to know what's actually true. Deep breath in. Whew, let it go. Just share how you feel. Did any of that resonate as true? Did some of it like really trigger something? You can pause the video. If you're watching on recording, you can write down everything that just got triggered, right? Like, what did that bring up? And then the biggest thing that comes up is like, well, what's the truth? How do I know the truth? How do I choose the truth? We've got to tune in, okay? So this is all automatic programming. This is like what's in your system or what you're consciously trying to think your way through. Knowing is true, whether you believe it or you don't. When I connect with the heart, you can just tap on the heart, breathe in, breathe out. You could place a hand on the heart, bring your attention to your heart, feel this space. That's why tapping on it brings a little bit of energy there. You start to focus on it. What you focus on expands. Your brain, we've seen neural pathways begin to change within weeks when you do this practice. So you start to bring your attention to this part of your body with curiosity, right? Is there some guidance here for me? Do I have an awareness around this? Because at first the brain won't register it. It's too used to the shut down, disconnect. You gotta just let it percolate. So curiosity is really powerful. And even that is a choice, right? Curiosity versus no, it won't work. You don't understand, right? Advocating for the limitation, arguing for the old belief. You don't need to do that. What if there's something else true that I've never considered? Would I be willing to let that in? Right? That's curiosity. It's safe. It's safe for me to be curious. It's okay for me to be curious. It's okay for me to let something in I don't understand. It's okay for me to make a choice on my own behalf, on behalf of my well-being, and see what happens. So whether that choice is, I'm going to try out this instant elevation thing. What the heck is that all about? Or the choice is, I'm really fired up, but let me just soften my shoulders and breathe instead of react. That is the multi-billion-dollar choice. That is the difference between sickness, pathology, disease, aging, and like all of the things like falling apart, right? Relationships. And, whoa, this solved itself for me. So-and-so changed their behavior, or my cells are no longer inflamed, right? That choice is the billion-dollar choice. It will change everything in your physiology, in your physical, in your mind, the thoughts that begin to come in. So see if you can start to live from your knowing. Choose from your knowing instead of from the beliefs. Choice trumps belief. So it doesn't matter if you don't believe this worked for you, right? Because the subconscious, the inner self, lowercase self, is a victim. Nothing's going to work. It has no power, right? Because it doesn't actually exist. You are the capital L self, S self. You are the capital S self. Here, this is a depiction. Yes. Are you ready to be this self who does know? It will require you to connect with the heart, so you let truth in and you start choosing from truth. But you know what? The small L self has no idea, right? It won't work. I'm helpless. It's hopeless. And it's absolutely right. But you're not the small S self, so it doesn't matter. You're the capital S self, and you can choose and create. You are a powerful creator. Join me at drkimd.com to participate in MindBody tools, to participate in the Instant Elevation program, and start your journey to conscious acceleration, conscious creation. We together will create a conscious world where we're not suffering, we're not scampering, we're not living in lack, we're actually collaborating, contributing, and we all win. I'm super excited about the shifts that are happening this year. I'm really excited for any ways this is speaking to you. Have you felt those, the frequencies we tapped on, like, I'll never make it, it's not okay. Do you believe you can heal? And could you just celebrate the part of you that doesn't? Because that's not actually you. You are powerful. You are a creator. Are you ready to start living that you today, right now? It's easy. Soften your shoulders, breathe more fully, allow the power in. Thank you so much for joining me for MindBody TV. We're here every week, Wednesday, live at 11 a.m. in the MindBody community. If you're in Facebook, on my YouTube channel, Dr. Kim Duramo. If you're joining us on YouTube, subscribe, like, share this video with someone you love. We are ready to live in a world of conscious creators. Find one thing you can do today to choose from the knowing. It may be like me, right? Take a walk, take time off, book yourself off for the afternoon and commit to that, because it will actually create more prosperity. Is there a analogous move you can make, a choice you can make? It may be just as simple as, I'll relax my shoulders and breathe more fully next time I get triggered. Watch what happens when you do. Choice trumps belief. You are a conscious creator. I'm super excited to be consciously creating this world with you. Lots of love. I'll see you next week. Be sure to come to drkimd.com to join me, and stay tuned for more. Thank you for tuning in to MindBody TV. I would love to hear from you. Post a comment with any question, insight, aha, or just to say hello. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button so you stay tuned for weekly episodes. I'll see you next week.